Title: When Brake Becomes Gas, Elderly Driver's Tragic Dealership Crash Ends in Loss. TLDR, in a gut-wrenching incident, an 84-year-old lady accidentally stepped on the gas instead of the brake at a Toyota dealership, fatally running over Katharine McPhee's son's nanny. 2 dealership workers also got injured but are on the mend. The question that looms: when are cars and old age a dangerous mix, and what can be done about it? Disclaimer: this article does not provide legal or automotive advice, and the opinions and commentary are not recommendations from Turned Up News. When Pedals Play Traitor, a story of a mistake that cost a life. Accidents happen, folks, but sometimes they're more than just accidents. They become alarming questions, finger-pointing moments, and downright tragedies. What happened at Hamer Toyota in San Fernando Valley wasn't a scene from an action flick but a real-life nightmare. Last Wednesday, an 84-year-old lady meant to hit the brake of her Toyota RAV4 but found the gas pedal instead. It's a mistake that anyone could make, but what's to say about the consequences? The lady's car shot forward into the customer reception area, where Yadira Carlito, a beloved nanny to the son of celebrities Katharine McPhee and David Foster, was pinned under the SUV and dragged for about 20 feet. Could this incident be a wake-up call for elderly drivers? Is it just a tragic fluke? Or is there something more that we aren't seeing here? A tragedy unfolds. Yadira Carlito's fate was sealed that day as she was rushed to the hospital, only to be pronounced dead later. 2 dealership workers were also caught in the chaos but are expected to make full recoveries. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The elderly driver was taking her car in for service when the mishap occurred. Police report she hit the gas instead of the brakes. A simple mistake or an underlying problem? Should we be re-examining the rules for elderly drivers, or is this an unfortunate one-off? A hard look at elderly driving. While we mourn the loss of Yadira Carlito, it's time to get edgy and ask some real questions. Are elderly drivers more prone to accidents due to age-related factors? How do we balance safety with the need for independence in our aging population? Some might argue that retesting drivers after a certain age could be a solution. Others might say that's ageist and doesn't consider individual abilities. Where's the line? Who gets to draw it? And how do we prevent more tragedies like this from happening? The people speak. Real folks on the street had mixed opinions. Some call for stricter regulations, while others defend the rights of elderly drivers. John, a local resident, said, "I've seen teenagers do worse. It's not about age, it's about responsibility." But is he right? Or is there a deeper issue here that needs to be addressed? Conclusion and a question for you. This tragic event has shaken many to the core. It's raised questions about age, driving ability, and the very nature of accidents. What happened to Yadira Carlito is heartbreaking and sobering. We all need to think about our roles on the road and how we can make it safer for everyone. Now, here's the question for you, the edgy, thoughtful readers of Turned Up News. Is it time for new laws and regulations governing elderly drivers, or should we approach this issue with more care and consideration for individual circumstances? Share your thoughts, and let's get this conversation turned up.